I'm Bridget Lake, president of the Oviedo Winter Springs Regional Chamber of Commerce, and we are here today with Marc Jones, running for Seminole County 18th Circuit Court Judge, Group 21. Our premier virtual Eastside Regional Hob Nob is presented by Lucas Land Group, an Oviedo-based family-run business with interest throughout Central Florida. Our sponsor, Duke Energy, and our radio sponsor, 96.5 WDVO. Now, before we get into our conversation with our candidate, let's see a quick commercial from our sponsor, Duke Energy.
You deserve a smarter energy future, now. That's why Duke Energy is investing in advanced technology that improves reliability and helps prevent outages, that strengthens the grid against everything from storms to cyber attacks, moves the most vulnerable lines underground, and adds more solar, because you deserve stronger, cleaner, more reliable energy, and we're determined to deliver it. We're Duke Energy, and we're building your smarter energy future today.
And now we are back with Marc Jones, running for Seminole County 18th Circuit Court Judge, Group 21, one of our candidates at the Eastside Regional Hob Nob. Marc, how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us here today. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Bridget, I was born and raised here in Seminole County, Florida. I went through the Seminole County school system. I went to the University of Central Florida. I went to law school in Orlando at Barry University. I love this community. I've lived here and been a resident here my whole life. I have two daughters, Madison and Reese. Both are in the Seminole County school system, the best place to send children in the state of Florida. I've had a calling to serve this community. I'm very active in the community. I'm a leader in this community, and I'm looking to continue that and serve as a circuit court judge.
Wonderful, thank you. And you said you had two daughters. Tell us a little bit more about your family.
My daughter Madison is turning 10 tomorrow, and my youngest Reese just turned 8 a couple months ago.
Wonderful. Well, congratulations. Happy birthday, a day early. That's wonderful. I love that. Yeah. Do they have aspirations to follow your footsteps?
Oh, geez. I think it's a little early for that. My youngest one, she's probably in line to get in the field of law because she can argue with the best of them.
Oh, I love it. A good debate doesn't hurt. I love that.
It's a little early, but yes, it's good. It's good.
So let me ask, what was the defining moment that made you realize that you wanted to run for office?
There are a number of things that have led me to this spot in life. I think one of the defining moments where the light bulb actually went off was about 2 years ago. I was sitting at a Seminole County bar luncheon, and the guest speaker was Justice Labarga from the Florida Supreme Court. And he was giving a speech on the status of the legal system, and he paused for a moment and he made a call to the attendees at the luncheon, and he said, what we need in Florida are judges that have experience, not just legal experience, but business experience, people that know what it's like to handle a budget, and that know what it's like to sign the front and back of a check. And we need people that have been out in the real world and then have transferred into the legal world and bring that experience with them. Those are the kinds of people we need sitting on the bench. And it was this aha moment, because that's the kind of experience that I have. So at that point, I started looking to what I needed to do to position myself to do this, and here I am today.
That's a great point. You know, working in a chamber of commerce, we deal with businesses every day, all day, and just having that experience, I'm sure, will really help. That's a very, was that the only experience? You said that there were a few of them. Was there anything else that kind of drove you to realize that it was time to move to that decision? Yeah,
so I've got a unique practice in that I practice all over the state of Florida. I primarily practice here in Seminole County, but the issues that I've taken on myself and alongside my father, I practice with him as well. It's taken us all throughout the state. And I've had the opportunity and the fortune to be in many different courtrooms in front of many different judges. And you learn different styles, and you see different ways to manage a courtroom and to manage a docket. And you see good and you see bad. And it just, drawing on that experiences, I think that I can really add a lot to the judiciary here in Seminole County, my home community, and I want to serve.
Now, what makes you stand out from your opponents?
I think I just hit on it a little bit. My experience is very broad. I came into the practice of law already having a decade of business experience. I was very successful in real estate, and I worked in corporate America for a little while after college. So I have experience working in organizations and environments, and I draw from that experience. And then in addition to that, I've been a litigator for over 10 years now. Like I said, I've been in courtrooms all over the place, and I've learned a lot. I'm pretty sharp in the courtroom, and I want to see what it's like from the other side of the bench and help administer the system. I'm a big fan of efficiency, and that's something that we really need right now in our court system, especially coming out of this whole COVID thing. The court systems are locked up right now, and we need somebody that can handle advancing dockets so that our court system stays smooth and efficient and cases get handled appropriately. So
now, go ahead.
Well, and I think that's what sets me a little bit apart from my opponent, is just the broad experience that I have.
Now, I also understand that you worked on a United States Supreme Court case.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that? What made it different? What was that experience like?
Unbelievable, actually. To all the law geeks out there, like myself to a certain extent, it is the pinnacle. And having the opportunity to ride a case from its inception, that case was filed in 1992, I believe. And I was in high school at the time, but the case was my father's. And all throughout high school and through my college years, my college job, I was his law clerk. I went into his law office every day, and I did his filing, and I kept up with the cases. So I followed this case from its inception when I was a teenager, all the way through the court system, all the way through the appellate level. And then once I got my law degree, I came in and sat second and third chair on this case, and got to travel to the Florida Supreme Court on this case, and got to travel to DC and worked with some of the most intelligent legal minds in the country to advance this case. Was there for the oral arguments, and it was just like theater. It was just the most amazing experience. And we made precedent. The case was successful. We've changed the law across the country, and it was just a very, very cool experience to be a part of. And it was really awesome to do it with my dad.
That must be incredible. The experience alone there was, I mean, that must have been awesome.
Yeah, my hairs on my arm raise up thinking. Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us today. Is there anything else you would like to add?
No, as I said, Seminole County means a lot to me. I encourage people to visit my website and learn a little bit more about me. You'll see that I care about this community, and I do want to serve this community, and I'm looking forward to do so.
Thank you so much, Mark. That was Marc Jones, running for Seminole County 18th Circuit Court Judge, Group 21, a candidate at the virtual Eastside Regional Hob Nob on June 30th, so you will see him there. Also, this presentations will be on esrhobnob.com. Marc, thank you so much for joining us today. We will see you at the Eastside Regional Hob Nob. Thank you so much.
Thanks.